stand for
That's
what?
probably happier on this stand. Win a miff. And I'll set it in the middle for
But yeah, but
when
I'll
you're actually
probably
playing
sit
it.
down.
But
But I mean, actually, I can stand
let
up.
me just listen
If I
to
just
it.
play in this one tuning, you know, I don't have to bring the other banjo, and then I could just.
You are welcome to do it. At the moment, I just want to sort of get an idea of what that sounds like. And when it's actually your set, that'll give you an idea of what this is.
Went down to the river, hang down my hair and cry.
Once I've got that lined up.
Are Nick and Luke still performing?
I don't think so. Luke teaches here, so I mostly wear the t-shirt to tease him. But I think he's never noticed that he's not recording.
Oh, and by the way, thank you very much for having me. Well, $2 shoes hurt my feet. $2 shoes hurt my feet. Said $2 shoes hurt my feet, Lord, Lord. Tired of being treated this way. I'm going down that road feeling bad. I'm going down that, is that too loud? Bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. I'm tired of being treated this way.
You're just magical powers, clapping powers.
That's about it.
So excited to be outside. It doesn't happen as often. Some nights it happens, some nights it doesn't. But generally it doesn't sort of circle up.
There's so the problem is there's
Plus,
so
since we webcast tonight, that's awkward.
with protests on.
Yeah.
But I like the way you did it, where Caroline Norton goes out in the morning and she doesn't.
Oh, those are.
That's a good one. Jason Isbell.
Mine too.
It's like one of them go out, and it's cast iron skillet, and it's just simple stuff from that. It's like, cast iron skillet. Has this thing about niece who brought that boy home with smiling eyes and like, say, they won't get you never look at it and work at her again. That's how I like my.
Sorry, this is bad. They're hard.
Slipping in the hard, yeah. Slipping in the little. It's like good.
Is that, I mean, will it check later? Well, you were doing it as a black wire.
Music, not a whole lot.
Put it on,
The bands used to go, all the bands used to go, right, it wasn't everyone. And I was just figuring out, I was doing those bands about this one band, this punk band. You still playing that D28?
He said the deal said it's good. It was a real good venue. You gotta go do it.
I enjoy playing there.
Wow, that's loud. Wow, that's making me
Man, there's like all sorts of weird verbs on there. I blame Bev. I don't know.
It's got me a little concerned, frankly.
It's great, it's fantastic, but where are they? That is my question. They come and they sign up and they wander off and they support the other local businesses in the area by going and getting pizzas and vegetarian submarine sandwiches. And sometimes they bring me fries so that I don't get angsty about it. But really, they just wander off. It's very sad. Welcome to the Tuesday night Takoma Spark open mic. And it is, hey, it's destined to be an exquisite evening. I haven't seen Lydia Sylvia Martin in quite some time, so I'm very, very flattered that she'll come out here and be our featured artist at a little open mic night. Frankly, I'm always amazed at the people that come out and are willing, they'll deign to be my feature. And often, you know, you're regulars in other contexts. I mean, not regular. Jules Bland isn't regular, but he was my feature, and you know, it's still a regular here. It's a given value of regular, right? What's that? Nothing regular about Jules Bland. Oh, I was going to comment on my my cat's health recently, but regular is not part of that. Oh, no, we mustn't go there. It's not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show. My name is Rob. And I think most of you know that. Welcome to the Tuesday night open mic, and we have a fantastic list. Like I was running down the list and just admiring the people that come into our little dark room here. For whatever reason, I'm feeling the Zeppelin mood. I've been packing up the entire contents of my house and trying to put all of anything that's sensitive to dust or crud in the air into this very, very, very small footprint. We have the HVAC afoot. We just bought our house a couple weeks ago, and part of the arrangement was, you don't care, it's okay, was that the owner's gonna put in vents and the thingies that go into the vents, stuff, and a heat pump, and all this serpentine stuff that's going to go throughout the entire house. And they're going to take our radiators away. And so, man, trying to find that one spot in the house where a radiator's not coming out and a vent's not coming in, and no one's dragging either of those items from point A to point B. Well, there's about like 3 square feet where I can pack everything I own, towering to the ceiling. And I've been listening to Zeppelin all while I was like grabbing things from all throughout the house and stacking it. So that's what's in my head. I spent my days with a woman unkind. She smoked all my stuff and drank all my wine. I made up my mind to make a new start. I'm going to California with an aching in my heart. And someone told me there's a woman out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. I took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that they're all the same. The sea was red and the sky was gray. Oh, wonder how tomorrow could ever follow today. The mountains and the canyons start to tremble and shake. The children of the sun begin to awake. Seems like the wrath of the gods got a punch on the nose and it started to flow. I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach it in time. I'll meet you up there where the path runs straight and high. Well, high. Find me a queen without a king. They say she plays guitar and cries and sings la 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 la. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn. I'm trying to find a woman who's never, ever been born. I'm standing on a hill in my mountain of dreams. I'm telling myself it's not as hard as it seems. Thank you very much. The guitar is cantankerous. Just bought some new strings over at the House of Musical Traditions, available here at the House of Musical Traditions. New strings, they could be yours. I know, and I feel really bad because I actually just threw out the used ones because I'd only broken one of them. There was 5 good ones in there, but they were stained and pitted and fouled. If Sauron's orcs had played stringed instruments, they would have looked like that. They would have looked. Zeppelin would. Yeah, it's true. I don't have a plan. Uh-oh. Ooh. What? The Silence have a plan. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. It's awkward and strange for everybody.
Let's do it.
So I'm a terrible host in that I forgot to look at the list to see who's next. Jay? Oh, Jay Keating? Oh, nice. I love that guy. Jay Keating and his band No One Else will be our featured artist next week. Is that right?
Unless you can find a good excuse.
The HVAC imploded. My cat is trapped in the wall. Dave Eisner is hosting. That would be your excuse for being like, it's okay, I'll put it off, that's fine.
Next week,
Yeah, no one else next week?
but I'm posting.
No, I'm kidding. No one else is a 17-piece brass band. It's going to be very loud in here. Wait, no, that's not true. It's a 4-piece, right? You got keys and you on guitar, and
Yes, Ron Goad, and it goes from 4 to 6, depending on
you're bringing Ron Goad? I don't know that you will either. I go to Ron's venues. Ron doesn't go to Rob's venues. It's almost the way it's always worked. But I'd be very excited to have him. Ron Goad is a spectacular supporter of the local music scene and a hell of a drummer. He's a good percussionist. I enjoy having him as a percussionist. He's a charming entity. But every once in a while, you'll play a venue where he's actually behind a drum kit, and he's freaking awesome. Did you hear that mental filter click? Because it's not that kind of show. Doom scrolling is the best new word for the feeling, beating words into swords beyond F words and mating. It's demeaning. All this talk of babies and God who faked it in the manger, who saved who was robbed, feeding the temples and starving our minds, keeping us angry and separate and whining, ignoring the truth. It's the American way. I'm just trying to live through the end of the day. I don't hate you, I just hurt. Convenience store shopping, all my wallet could stomach, and for years all my peers moved on with their lives. Get a house, get a spouse in no particular order. Scream, get divorced, get old, and get bitter. When I always thought that a chorus was cheating. Say it again and again and again. Well, mayhaps what I said, it could bear repeating. Just shut up and move on. Move out and quit bleeding. I don't hate you, I just hurt. I don't hate you, I just hurt. Terrible sense of the safety within. Pull the handle, eject, because none of us win. And on days like this, I know it can't work. I don't hate you, because everything hurts. Spinning around with the infinite sky, a dangerous flight from a dangerous guy. You've made your point, and your anger keeps winning, but violent ends come from violent living. I don't think this one is wrapping up happy. Writing it quick, I'm keeping it true. I try to write my songs with positive endings, but I'm singing this one more for me than for you. I don't hate you, I just hurt. 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 Terrible sense of the safety without. Pull the strap tighter so no one gets out. And on days like this, I know it can't work. I don't hate you, but everything hurts. Thank you very much. I think today I feel like I'm playing like I gotta get something off my chest. And that's how music works sometimes. Jay Keating, I bet you got stuff to get off your chest too.
I do. I don't hate you either.
That is a song for those of us who forget that there's a whole lot of people who aren't just like us. This is for Jay Keating. This is for your face. This one for Jay Keating.
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
Guess what
I
I'm
left it out of
doing?
tune for you.
I thought I was doing this in the back. There we go. Well, I always like to try different styles of guitar, and I'm a big fan of like people who can really play Spanish guitar really well, the Al Di Meolas and stuff. So I started working on ruining that genre by doing it clumsily. Succeeded quite well, and but then once I had this intense, powerful thing I'm doing, what's the song supposed to be about? And one of my friends said, well, just about everything you believe is going on. This is called More Than Eyes. Oops. Inside imperfect spheres, the breath my lung releases, out of joy and out of fear. Well, I know I can't perceive it all as I stop to make my play. Heaven help the man who tries to see the world with more than eyes. The circus crowd applauds, the acrobatics fall. A voice in the corner, her face is hidden from the light, and no one hears her speak, she says. Although I knew time had found me, I held the wheel and tried to steer. As life seems to step behind me, I'm out of joy and running on fear. Still I know it's as easy as letting go. There's nothing more to say. Well, heaven help the man who tries to see the world with more than eyes. The circus crowd applauds, the acrobatics fall. A voice in the corner, her face is hidden from the light, and no one hears her speak, she says. With apologies to anyone who ever tried to play that. The next great war isn't going to be, they say, over oil or land. It's going to be over fresh water. And this song is only cursorily about that. It's really about the fact that when you lose something that you can't live without, the only choice you have is to fall into your expectations. I'm gonna find fresh water. Before you do, I'm gonna find fresh water somewhere far from you. I'm gonna find fresh water and drink my fill. I'm gonna cross the border while you are wandering still, 'cause I keep falling into expectation, and I keep calling out your name, and I need the realization to make this world my own again. I have stood right beside you and given all I can. I won't pretend, and I cannot hide you. I hope you have a plan, 'cause I'm gonna look for better pastures. I'm gonna plant my seed. You never did the things I asked you. My tears their thirst will feed, 'cause I keep falling into expectation, and I keep calling out your name, and I need the realization to make this world my own again. I'm gonna find kind faces and give them each my best. Map the lines and the traces of a life that's not a test. I will survive the dull intermission that comes when you aren't near, far beyond your proof or permission. I'll taste a bigger fear, 'cause I keep falling into expectation, and I keep calling out your name, and I need the realization to make this world my own again. I'm gonna find fresh water. Before you do, I'm gonna find fresh water somewhere far from you. I'm gonna find fresh water and drink my fill. I'm gonna cross the border while you are wandering still, while you are wandering still, while you are wandering. Thank you.
Personal little Colin Hay somehow. That's meant as a compliment. He doesn't have that like whoa that Shindell has.
Dave.
I saw it light up once already.
Jules, you know now why I ask those questions at your open mic. Yeah, you can put a lot of the freaky reverb on me if you want.
No, you use your own reverb. You've got madness.
A lot of people say that. My ex-husband used to say that.
Please welcome Bev and her freaky
Hi.
reverb.
All right. I love this neon orange cable. I love it. And, you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Montgomery County ride-on buses, they've experimented with blue light to reduce the glare for the drivers. And I love neon because I want to get some black light posters when I'm riding. Well, this one's about being triggered during the Kavanaugh hearings. You don't have to tell me why I didn't report. I need a demonized offenders rule the court. Inner Lorena unleashed. Don't try to tame this beast. Think of the ones who did not lie. Gandhi, Obama, and Jesus Christ. Some are monsters and some do play nice, but I send a wrist to you. Your cubicle gophering, manpower towering. Your work is so urgent, my insurgence is flowering. Thanks for the noblesse oblige. I send a wrist to you. To hell with the women, to hell with the queers. We're regular males who guzzle the beers, but I am through with drinking my tears. I send a wrist to you. And my next one is, thank you. I guess I can be abrupt sometimes. I try to, all right. This one's about, I get very impatient for it to get warmer and then it gets too warm. You know, I'm talking, so this is about being impatient for spring to start. I left the place where I felt shame. It was lame, I was to blame. Now I'm cold, I miss the sun. I felt its burn, I never found the one. I am still always othered, self-deluded, but I can't be bothered over everything. Where's my spring? The showers stop, the birds they sing, building nests soaring over everything. The leaves emerge, the blooms obscene, but it's not easy being green. I am still always othered, self-deluded, but I can't be bothered over every spring. Where's my spring? Over everything. Thank you. Is it okay for me to remove the cable?
Sabotage. Bev, you're on notice. Cancel Bev, everybody. Yeah, no?
Abolish the Bev.
Abolish. No.
Don't trust anything he says.
I adore Bev. Adore, I say.
I'm sitting.
Am I shutting?
Of course I'm sitting.
Well, grab that chair. You're doing a good job. Because I feel like you had invited me to play along with you, and I suddenly realized I don't have my nails on. So, like, I'm doing too many things at the same time. I should be adjusting your microphone.
What a terrible Rob. That's for you.
What's,
Or no, you have to.
so what key are we in? Hold on, let me tell you. Hold on. D sharp, E flat. And then we're gonna do one in D.
Oh.
It's very nice to have you all in the house.
Can you hear the guitar?
I think it's still muted.
Can you hear the voice? Can you hear the dancing pigeon? Okay. If you can.
I had a sparrow at my other open mic last week. I was a freaking Disney princess.
So I warn you, I take my hearing aid out before I come up here so I won't be distracted.
I was just so charming.
So I'm going to play a couple. So I have a tuning that I use a lot lately, meaning a lot. I find I work too hard sometimes playing the guitar, and when I just want to accompany myself singing, I really like this tuning. It's so simple. So you tune your low E down to a C, and your low A down to a G, and then you get chords like this, which is my favorite chord. And it just makes things easier. This is a song I wrote. Tell me when you're ready. This is a song I wrote like a long time ago. They're two old songs. By the way, I've been gone for a couple weeks. A bunch of stuff happened. I won't see me afterwards if you're interested in the details. But I'm good to be back in my home group here at Takoma Park.
Oh, are we your home group?
You are. Of all the open mics, which is none other, this is the only one. And this is a song I wrote a long, long time ago. And I don't know if any of you have done this. I was thinking of someone else. I was thinking like, I love Roy Orbison's voice. I thought I would love to write a song for Roy Orbison, and he never sang it. So I'll just show you you can see why it was for Roy Orbison. I can't hit these notes, but it's called Learning My Lesson, and it opens up going, "You always said someday I'd learn my lesson." So far like a regular singer, but then, "And love would teach me all I need to know." You know, that's the Roy Orbison feel. Anyway, here we go, all right? Learning my lesson. You always said someday I'd learn my lesson, and love would teach me all I need to know, in a place where I would find my cold heart breaking, in a town where lonely don't leave you alone. Well, darling, I'm there now, wherever it is you sent me. I'm learning good and how. Just thought you'd like to know that the days go crawling by, that the nights are long and dark, and that your memories here killing me. But I guess it's all a part of learning my lesson. If you were here right now to hear my confession, would you take me back, forgiving all I've done? Or would you wonder if it's me who's really asking, when the bottle did my talking for so long? The night starts closing in. This class is now in session. Regrets start pouring in, saying I love you still, 'cause I'm shipwrecked, yes I am, 'cause I lost the star I steer by. Better hurry up, come see, 'cause I'm drowning in my tears. I'm learning my lesson. The night starts closing in. This class is now in session. Regrets start pouring in, saying I love you still, 'cause I'm a shipwreck of 'em, 'cause I lost the star I steer by. You better hurry up, come see, 'cause I'm drowning in my tears. I'm learning my lesson. I'm learning my lesson. Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you're on the lower. We're dropping down to the key of D, I believe it is. D. This is another song I wrote many, many, many moons ago. So I'm contemplating in my old age here, maybe a move to Nashville just to be around people who write songs. I was down there recently, and one of the people I saw was this guy who wrote "Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress," and he said when he got to Nashville, there was a song on every corner, and I thought it was so cool. And this is called "The Lost Sons and Daughters in Nashville." Well, you can catch her on karaoke night when she's had a little wine, trying to look like Dolly Parton and trying to sing like Patsy Cline. But she's forever waiting tables, she's forever just getting by, with a voice not quite like an angel and a smile a little too wide. She is one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville, lost between the sawdust floor and the Opry stage. She'll never cause a stir, seems everybody knows but her. She's one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville. Well, now they wears a big old cowboy hat to hide his sinning hair. He took first place 2 years running at the local county fair. He says, I'm ready for the big time, but there's a few things he don't see, like his songs need a whole lot of working, and he can't quite sing on key. He is one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville, lost between the sawdust floor and the Opry stage. He's singing out his heart beneath the bottom of the charts. He's one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville. Take a solo there, my friend. Yes, she's one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville, lost between the sawdust floor and the Opry stage. He's singing out his heart beneath the bottom of the charts. He's one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville. Now I've been strumming on this here guitar since I barely turned 13. I like to run my poor self ragged, chasing up and down this stream. Now I'm looking in the mirror and I'm wondering if I see another washed up honky-tonk picker or a Grammy nominee. Am I one of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville, lost between the sawdust floor and the Opry stage? But if I ever make my mark, I'll hold a candle in the dark for all of the lost sons and daughters in Nashville. Here's to the lost sons and daughters in Nashville. Oh, sons and daughters in Nashville. Thank you all so much. Am I safe?
Another hand for Susan Rowe. Seriously?
Can't put Pandora back in the box, Rob.
Okay.
Just give it a whirl.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. Let's take care of this. This is Rob from Long Island. I don't know what that accent was.
That was a Long Island accent.
That's just what happened.
That's the Long Island accent. Oh, get up out here.
Forget it about the Long
Walk it
Island.
down.
Okay, so that was a gesture for me to stay here, not a gesture for get out.
So,
Okay. He's going to have me beatbox on his tune. I
so if you really want to know what it sounds like to be from Long Island, I can tell you. You know, it's rare delight to have a listening audience for us songwriters. So really, really love coming here. And
What'd you say? I wasn't listening.
Jake Keating roast next week.
And so it's, we were talking earlier about what we write songs about, I guess. Love, mortality, and other things that upset me sort of covers the waterfront. So on this mortality is a new song, and so I'm going to debut it.
What gear are you in?
Called Nowhere and Forever. So it's covering, I guess what they say is that for young people, suffering is what happens to them, and for old people, suffering is what gets taken away from them. So this is a song about that. And it's in B. My friends, we play together oh so often. I can hear your harmonies before they're sung. But there's nothing that could soften how bad I'd feel if you were gone. We can't know who'll go and who'll get left behind. But let's hope that train to nowhere and forever is running late and way back down the line. My love, I kiss you every morning. It's the only way I know a day begins. If I lost you without warning, God only knows the shape that I'd be in. We can't know who'll go and who'll get left behind. But let's hope that train to nowhere and forever is running late and way back down the line. bass. If it's all just sound and fury, and then we're done, we'll let this play go on and on and on and on. So if you're listening to this singing, and it's me and it is live and it's today, know I'd like to play for you tomorrow, but who can say, who can say? We never know who will go and who'll get left behind. But let's hope that train to nowhere and forever is running late, and way back down the line is running late, and way back down the line. Okay, thank you.
Dave, am I clear?
Oh, just
Someone else, please look at who's on the list, because I'm here.
he said I trapped him into performing.
Denny's next. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, it looks like he's ready.
Okay,
too.
well, let's just move back to Heartbreak,
Hey, Dave, can you unmute
which
me?
now seems like a light topic.
For reals. I know. And now for Armageddon.
So my comment on this song is that I want to write a song about people supporting people who are heartbroken, and if you write it from the male perspective, there's just not much to work with. It's more of like, hey, fish in the sea, man, and suck it up, dude. You know, it just doesn't have a lot there but for women supporting women, it's just more there, and so I wrote a song from that perspective, and it's called When Your Heart Gets Lost, and it's in D. Well, he left your house at midnight while you slept and drove on out of town. And all those dreams flying through your head came crashing to the ground. You were so high, and now you're so let down. When your heart gets lost, there is no lost and found. Well, did he ever mean a single word he said? Or was it all pretend? And you wonder if you'll ever trust your feelings, even if they mend. Well, take your time, I recommend. When your heart gets lost, oh, you need a long lost friend. Rob Hinkle. Well, you gotta be suspicious of those same old lines. There's plenty of new bottles, but it's the same old wine. Oh, well, I've waited for some time to speak my mind. Here's what I want to say. I know that you're not ready for new love, and honey, that's okay. Maybe tomorrow, or just one day, when your heart gets lost, you still need to find your way. Oh, when your heart gets lost, you still need to find your way. Thank you, Rob Hinkle. The two Robs, soon appearing in your...
Thank you. Another hand for the other Rob.
Thank you.
Denny coming on up here. I think we're going to get Denny and maybe one more artist, and then we're going to get to our featured artist. That is by way of me realizing I better go figure out where Lydia Sylvia Martin is. She's out there. Okay, good. Well, she's tuning now, and it's about 15 or 20 minutes before we got her. That's about appropriate for banjos. So, all too easy.
Abolish the banjo. No. Yeah. Steve Martin.
Here we go, thanks.
Look, no,
Please welcome Denny.
Trying to be careful with this. I think that's it.
That's great. That's pretty fun to do.
It's a regular fiddle tonight. I usually play a bass. Song by the Lonesome Sisters, Rainey Gellert. Going across the mountain, oh, fare thee well. Going across the mountain, hear my banjo tell. Going across the mountain to join the boys in blue. When this fighting's over, I'll come back to you. I got my rations on my back, my powder, it is dry. Going across the mountain, Chrissy, don't you cry. Expect you'll miss me when I'm gone, but I'm going through. When this war is over, I'll come back to you. Going across the mountain, oh, fare thee well. Going across the mountain, hear my banjo tell. Little bit of difficulty going from G to A. Okay, got a Civil War theme going on here. So the next one is, I don't know where I got this one, but this is an old song. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Charlottetown's burning down, goodbye, goodbye. Burning down to the ground, goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, how I love you, ain't that a shame? Oh, how I miss you, goodbye, Liza Jane. Left Boston town in a pouring rain, goodbye, goodbye. Moving out on a southbound train, goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, how I love you, ain't that a shame? Oh, how I miss you, goodbye, Liza Jane. Liza has a dress of red, goodbye, goodbye. The Queen of Hearts, so she said, goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, how I love you. Oh, how I miss you. I got a gal and a hound dog too, goodbye, goodbye. Dog don't bite, but Liza do, goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, how I love you, ain't that a shame? Oh, how I miss you, goodbye, Liza Jane. That's it.
Another hand for Denny.
Pulling.
Nice job, man. Nice job. We got Robinson coming up next. Robinson. Robinson, are you sitting? Usually sitting. And I need a little thingamajiggy. The only thingamajiggies I even know about right now are all ejaculate.
My heart goes out to you on the HVAC.
Yeah, right. That's for you. I'll get you. I think that's right.
Yes. Good. Excelente. Whoa.
Good job.
There we go. Shoop, shoop. Yes. I'm. Uh-oh.
See if that'll support it. If it doesn't, then I'll.
That's okay. I'm gonna scooch around. There we go.
Doing the scooch dance. Please
Scooch
welcome
dance.
Robinson.
Hi. I'm relying on an iPad as opposed to paper, so this is kind of a revolutionary transition. And I hope it works. If it doesn't, well, that's too bad. And I'm kind of verbose,
sort of songwriter, so and I'm lazy, so that's why I keep music on paper or now electronic. I'm going to play a couple songs from about 10 years ago that I wrote, and that was about the time when a nun named Sister Megan Rice broke into the Oak Ridge nuclear complex down in Tennessee. And she got all the way in with two other folks who went with her. And there were two security groups that were supposed to keep Oak Ridge safe. It's the place with the largest, they can power 10,000 nuclear bombs with the stuff they got at Oak Ridge. So she and her two associates cut their way through with bolt cutters through three fences, and the security people didn't know a thing. They got all the way in. They started smearing blood of other peace protesters on Oak Ridge itself and chopping chunks off the side. Finally, they got caught, and I went down to Knoxville for their trial because I thought it was pretty ballsy, gutsy thing for them to do. She passed a couple of years ago, but after that visit down there, I wrote this song that's called "Prophets of Peace." And she's very Catholic, and so there's some Catholic references in here. It's kind of in her voice, so let's see if I can do it. If we transform from war to peace, then we prepare for our release to a place beyond this earthly sphere. Don't leave our children's children bereft of a peaceful place. We'd be free from the powers that be, thanks to those who show the way. These are the wrong goddamn chords. I'm gonna just put this over here. They're almost right. Deathly flame, a hellish place, power of the sun, an atomic trace that incinerates to our disgrace. The nation's curse, a bitter taste. She speak the truth of love, no need to heed the fear. Fill the void with a wondrous sound. We can transform the tools of war, healing the wounds in the air, turn the sword into the plow. Time of the caveman, time of Isaiah, time of the Romans, time of the wars, time of the prophets, times of peace, thanks to those who show the way. Take a stand to heal the world, a flag of peace to be unfurled, united under a different cause, a new beginning, a healthy pause. Speak the truth of love, no need to heed the fear. Raise your voice in a wondrous sound. she was convicted. First it was trespass they were after, and then the federal government got embarrassed, and so they upped it to national security with a $600,000 fine and 20 years in prison. She was 82 at the time, but in a couple of years, an appeals court went, "This is all bullshit, man." Just after her, and they let her go. She lived another 6 years or so. She was in prison 50 times for nuclear protests. She's quite a woman, I tell you. Anyway, this is another song from about 10 years ago. I had been teaching kids in a guitar for some years, and we just came up with kind of themes and this and that, and this one, and one turned into this song. And about a year ago, I started going on the Potomac River. I've been near the Potomac for many years, but it's a wonderful thing, and so I'm thinking about that and hearkening back to this song. A leaky old boat, barely afloat, hands on the oars, backs in the stroke. The river runs deep, swift and wide, a golden door. On the other side, we're tired and we're headed upstream. Current pushes down and we scream. We try, we try. We try, we try. Make it to an island with knots in our chests. We pause to bail water, get shade and rest. No turning back now. It's carry on. The second half wider, but we're singing this song with all our strength we push away. The oars in the locks again, and we say, we'll try, we'll try. We'll try, we'll try. Getting across, but barely afloat, like a team of oxen with our necks in a yoke. We're looking for an answer to the riddle of love. It seems to hover over like angel above, oh, hoping for a taste of grace. We find it in each other's face. We see, we see. We see, we see. There we go. Thank you.
Another hand for Robinson.
So we got a little bit of time yet, actually, before we're ready for our feature. Charlie Bryant's coming up next. I always want to give credit where credit is due. Dan, you're having an exquisite vocal night. Like, your voice was just on point tonight. Really nice. Yeah. Just a nice job. I'm sorry. Jules Bland on sound there. Charlie Bryant coming to the fore. Leap. Hey. Okay, that's enough of that.
Way too much of that.
Charlie Bryant really flattered me the other night. He came out to see my show.
Yes, I did.
I mean, actually, he looked sort of a little surprised when he walked through the door, but then he realized once I saw him, he couldn't leave again. But it was very nice to see him out at Rockville's Seven Locks with the Ellie Amy show that night. but now I'm here to see you. Please welcome Charlie Bryant.
Thank you. Okay, I wasn't sure what I was going to do tonight. I had one song in mind that I'm not sure I could pull off, and I'm glad that circumstances have conspired against that song. But I have another one by the same songwriter. And the reason I mention that is that this is a Nashville songwriter named Marla Cannon Goodman. And the other Rob did the song about supporting each other, and this is absolutely a song about supporting each other in what sounds like a stereotypical male fashion. The whole sky opens up and it rains down on my head. I show up at your door, beat down and soaking wet. I know you'll open up and let me waltz right in. My come whatever, unfair weather friend. If I find myself out lost on a lonely Friday night, the songs aren't hitting home and the whiskey don't taste right. A few numbers on the phone and you're on the other end. My come whatever, unfair weather friend. I might wind up stuck out on some old forgotten highway. Somehow you show up, sure enough, you're going my way. You're always there, right where you've always been. My come whatever, unfair weather friend. I don't have to wonder where you'd be if I should need you. All I have to do is close my eyes and I can feel you right there where you've always been. Sometimes this whole world is my worst enemy, but I know where to run when it gets to me. No one else but you can make it all make sense. My come whatever, unfair weather friend. My come whatever, unfair weather friend. Thank you very much. All right, here's a song that took me 42, 43 years to write. I used to do it. It was sort of almost a party trick of a song. I just had a verse and a chorus. So I would pad it out with instrumental breaks and stuff and make faces. I had one friend that always wanted to hear it every time I played somewhere. And then the pandemic happened. And I had forgotten all about this song. And I was down there by myself in the basement, eating ice cream and drinking bourbon and trying to write songs. That works, actually. Elijah Craig is my co-writer. Sometimes Isaac Bowman. Anyway, so there I was trying to write a song, and I remembered this song, so I figured, okay, I'm halfway there. All right, I just have to add a couple of verses. So this is what happened. When things go wrong, the thrill is gone. Your life is beginning to stink. You're hurting inside, you're on the downhill slide. Well, you've got reason to drink. Then, brother, just go to the liquor store and bring home a bottle or three. I'm qualified to treat the pain inside because the same thing happened to me. And I'm drinking table wine, because I'm drinking at the table. I'm drinking this table wine just as long as I am able. Me and the table been here all night. We'll be here in the morning too. Someday maybe I'll leave this table, but for now I'm not quite through. When things are bad, you're truly sad. Your future is in serious doubt. Maybe you got fired or your girl got tired. She threw your dumb ass out. Whatever the cause, it's time to pause and reflect upon the pickle you're in. It's time for thee to be like me and give that bottle a spin and drink some table wine. We're drinking at the table. We got 2 straws. We're drinking this table wine just as long as we are able. Me and the table been here all night. We'll be here in the morning too. If I were able, I'd leave this table, but I'm not quite through. Here's the instrumental break, just the way I used to do it. When you're drinking in the kitchen and your eyes go bad and you can't see the bottle no more, stick your hand out, wave it about, find the bottle and drink some more. 'Cause it's fruity and red and those grapes are dead and a funeral's a glorious thing. I'm giving you a warning, I'm in mourning, and this is the hymn I sing. I'm drinking table wine, drinking at the table all night long, drinking this table wine just as long as I am able. Me and this table been here all night, we'll be here in the morning too. If I were able, I'd leave this table, but I'm not quite through. Thank you very much. May I yoink? Yoink?
Yoink. Oh. That reminds me that related to HVAC, I went and upped my tequila today. I was out of it, and I thought there was no way I could deal with home construction without it. And lo and behold, what a friendly neighborhood liquor store. They had lollipops for the children of the people who came in. I was kind of like, well, that's interesting. That's by no way of being an introduction to our featured artist. Lydia Sylvia Martin is an entity who I actually have no memory as to why or how I met her initially. I've seen her play a couple times, and every time I'm just stunned by the difference between how unassuming she is and the ferocity on the banjo. And now it's interesting because she's actually sort of racing back and forth outside the door. She's like, okay, I got both banjos. And it's just exquisite to have you come to our little room here. So thank you.
I am a stay-at-home mom, and I have 3 kids, so I don't always get out, and so I do appreciate it when someone remembers that I play music and lets me play. And I'm also so thrilled that my sister Emily and her daughter Elora came down tonight spontaneously to join me, because that makes it 3 times better. Well, I'm going to start with a little banjo solo just to show a couple styles on the banjo, and then we'll play some stuff together.
What is she gonna do? I have to practice something else for her.
Maybe if you just put that one like where her and Elora can share it, I guess.
I don't know.
Because this is a great room.
It's gonna be there. We'll work it out.
Sorry.
I think we actually haven't had a lot of banjos in this for the open mic. I know they have banjo jams here, so in theory, while we're not looking, there are probably dozens of banjos that happen in this room at any given time. Just not for us. So I'm so glad to have the banjo barrier broken by you. Please welcome Lydia Sylvia Martin.
I'm going to start with a little blues song that I'm working on called the Lydia River Blues. Went down to the river, hang down my hair and cry. Bought a ticket from the reaper. Every last train had gone. You know, moonshine and whiskey is the only time we get along. some D tunes? Let's play C first.
You want a chair?
Oh, that'd be great. But thanks. Yeah, we're in some pretty good company tonight.
Dave's always so unassuming in the back of the room here, but before November 22nd, this space didn't really exist for us. And the idea that Dave, put all this freaking stuff together for the school, but also just as a performance space, for local musicians.
Should we play some more readings? Well, come on, boys, go with me. I'm going down to Tennessee. Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o. Sail away, ladies, sail away, ladies, sail away. Soon as I get my new house done, well, I'll give the old one to my son. Yeah, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o. Sail away, ladies, sail away, ladies, sail away. Yeah, all you old folks, don't you cry. Good times are coming by and by. Well, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o. Sail away, ladies, sail away, ladies, sail away. Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o. Sail away, ladies, sail away, ladies, sail away. So I am so happy that Heather is in the room. Heather and I are working on Maryland banjo traditions together with a Maryland State Arts Council Folklife Apprenticeship grant, and we are talking about G-modal tuning next time we talk. So here you go. We're going to come up from double C to one of my favorite tunings. And I learned this from Maryland banjo player Reed Martin. We called him Uncle Reed, yeah, but he's not actually our uncle, but... Gonna build me a log cabin in the mountains so high, so I can see Willie as he goes on by. I've played cards in England, I've played cards in Spain. I'll bet you $10 I'll beat you next game. Jack Diamonds, I know you of old. You've robbed my poor pockets of silver and gold.
This is that awkward moment where I say, oh, and you know what would be awesome is if you threw a little bit of something all up in this hungry tip coffee urn. If you can throw something in here, that's always most welcome. I'm not supposed. Am I supposed to say this in front of your sister, or are you going to keep it all to yourself? Well, anyways, it's like I think by the end of this we've got a trio to support. So whatever you can put in here, it'd be really wonderful and divisible by 3 is great. So 6. Anywho, and back home, or if you're in the room and you're like electronic only, please. I think Venmo. Lydia hyphen Sylvia.
Correct.
And Cash App as well, but I don't remember what it's like. Anyway, oh, thank you so much.
Alora. Alora. Do you want to do the Sail Away song and then do one of your sets with your mom?
She can stand too. I think it's fine.
Told you can stand. Let's put you over here.
While she's getting set up, there are flyers out there, and these are for the old-time banjo classes at Common Ground on the Hill, which is in Westminster at McDaniel College from July 3rd through the 7th. So that's the first week of July. I'm going to teach beginning banjo, and I'm going to teach blues banjo. But I'm very, very, very excited that my good friend John Haywood is coming from Kentucky, And I've tried for 10 years to get him up to Maryland. I've gone to Kentucky myself several times to study. I grew up in Maryland. I learned from a lot of Maryland players, wonderful community here, and I also learned as much as I could in West Virginia, North Carolina, but I was very, very drawn to the songs from Eastern Kentucky, especially Roscoe Holcomb, and that is why I went there. And I have brought John here. It's like bringing snow from the mountain. He'll be here for only 1 week. His class is gonna be so good, and he's teaching banjo, and he's also teaching a songs class. So I'm super thrilled about it. Please take a flyer, take a catalog. Common Ground is back in person. Our family has grown up there. We've been there since 1995, and it's a wonderful, wonderful place.
I want to add a couple things. The lead sound engineer at Common Grounds is Philip Spees, and he's fabulous. I've been doing a lot of work with him. So not only will the musicians be good up there, but the sound will be great. And then I also want to tell one quick Reed Martin story. Any people know Reed Martin? Reed was a postman in the Cabin John area, and he was a great collector of instruments, especially banjos. There was an instrument journal called Mugwumps, and that stood for Michael I. Holmes. Mugwumps Instrument Herald or something. Mike was also a great collector. These were the days when you could get the Washington Post Sunday classifieds. If you went to the 7-Eleven on Saturday night, you could get it. So Mike would dash to the 7-Eleven to try and get vintage instruments with people that had no idea what they were worth, that advertised a Martin guitar for, $100 when it should have been $2,000. Well, Reed Martin would do the same thing. Reed at one point figured out that he would have a friend call Mike Holmes and start talking to him on the phone while Reed would sneak out Sunday morning making those first calls. Reed was just a very creative guy, a wonderful guy, and he wrote a banjo book that people to this day got to have, and he has a great collection.
I'm going to have to get more stories from you.
Yes, indeed.
Part of what we're doing with our folk life study is we want to get more history, and I want to compile
Rob's
it all
cutting
into
us off.
like a binder. So this is a song I wrote, so bear with me because I wrote this song. Bright summer sun and the best of the westerlies. If fishes and wishes were counted that way, I'd give a bag full of pennies to beggars and cattlemen. If drovers and drivers would come home to stay, sail away, you ladies in waiting to the land of dreams. Are drawn and the black coffee simmers. The ink in the well is beginning to dry. So stir it and save it, cover till morning. The sapphire and silver of daily replies, and sail away, you ladies in waiting to the land of dreams we daughters. The tender is heaving her sides up the bay through blood-churning waters to press all the menfolk. So hide sweet William and Geordie away. Sail away, you ladies in waiting
you have the piccolo? Yeah. It's learning into. Let's do just your. Let's do G2. What? Yeah. We're gonna play a few Irish jigs for you guys.
And I think that's our last song.
Yeah. Thanks for dealing with our many people coming up to the stage and everything. Brian first.
Alora Paul Martin and Emily Martin.
Thank you so much. I claim to dislike surprises, but I'm wrong. Very nice. We have a lot of fabulous performers yet to come, and by a lot, I think I mean about 4 or 5. And Jules, yes, okay. 3 fabulous performers left. Dan Kenny's coming up next, just a fabulous writer, someone we had, one of the people who has been a fabulous feature here, and then still comes up and just plays a slot. And I just really appreciate that. Give me 1 sec. Let's get this out the way. Thanks.
Well, that was lovely. I was like, should I get off the couch, come down the road? That was worth it. That was worth it. I was a physics major. That was a mistake. This is back in the day where it didn't cost too much to spend an extra 3 years, so it was no big deal. But I like what physics kind of taught me about life. Like, you know, you have an idea of how the world works, you write it out, a plan, you do an experiment, and then you scratch your head trying to figure out what went wrong, which is like, it's my life. And in this one, a relationship is ending, and it's definitely ending, but he can't see where it is. It's kind of distinct but indistinct. And he's like, well, it's like the horizon. It's like, you know, string theory, and he's trying to put it into terms, and that's probably why the relationship is ending. Anyway, it's called, this is called The Edge of the World is a Rounding Error. Well, walking took us out against the harbor. Their sailboat pulls arrayed below the bridge, and the wind was cold for not being yet November. And you and I looked long and sharp over the edge. You and I looked long and sharp over the edge. We only feel the stillness when we're moving. The particles attuned across the flow, and the constant of the waves was our undoing, and the vibration of the strings against the bow, the vibration of the strings against the bow. The screen, the complications are overcoming my intentions, the imperfections fundamental and unseen, the imperfections fundamental and unseen. And walking took us out above the harbor, sailboats, those narrow little piers. And the wind was cold for not being yet November, and the bend of the horizon sharp and clear. Oh, the bend of the horizon sharp and clear. Oh, the bend of the horizon. Thank you. So, all right, so my brother's, he's not here. He's, my brother's, yeah. The funnier part's coming up. My brother's marriage is ending. I like her. I've always liked her. They married late in life, and I was talking when she's like, I'm done, I'm out. I was talking with her for like an hour, and she's like, I just don't feel like I need to keep going with this thing that was made under false pretenses. I'm like, oh, you're 10 years into a marriage, and you don't recognize the person, and it's not, and you gotta I'm like, sounds like typical 10 to 15-year period of marriage. Anyway, she said something about like, what gets me was like the misdirection. Like misrepresenting yourself or something. I'm like, that's part of the, anyway. I don't know what this is called. Oh, and one other thing, I totally ripped off a line from Rhiannon Giddens, who just won a Pulitzer. Isn't that fantastic? She's been a fantastic songwriter and banjo player for a long time, and she had this, it was like 10 years ago, she was just posting up these little banjo riffs, and I was like, that is freaking cool. And I grabbed it and just threw it in this one. Like the little things that move across our lawn at nighttime, I'm trying not to be frozen by the fear. And your gentle sleeping breath floats across our bedroom and reminds me of when I was welcome here. If you watch the magician's hand, you'll miss the trick. The misdirection is a feature of the show. Yesterday you said our love was cramped and numbing like the gentle suffocation of the snow. Oh, my love, I watched your lips while you were sleeping. Lost in dream. Did you blush in shame? I bent my ear, oh, to hear your secrets. Why, my love, did you breathe his name? Oh, my love, I watched your lips while you were sleeping. Lost in dream, did you blush in shame? I bent my ear, oh, to hear your secrets. Why, my love, did you breathe his name? Thank you.
Brian's coming up here. And just because I can say things like this, last time Rhiannon Giddens was hanging out with me at my show, she had just come from playing one of the venue next door to us in St. Louis, Missouri. And watching that woman take to task 80s karaoke is kind of madness. And that was my third favorite night ever in St. Louis, Missouri. She sang along with us for a while, played along with us for a while, and then the DJ showed up. And we proceeded to become very inebriated and very 80s. Please welcome Brian Lee.
Hi, everybody. Tonight's a special night. I got my daughter Hannah here. She's visiting from the Middle East. And so I've picked a couple of songs that, you're glad I did that, aren't you? Yeah. So I picked a couple of songs that relate to her. This first one is, I don't know if you've ever had a day where it was just perfect and everything was perfect, you were happy, and you didn't want to change. You didn't want that time to leave. And that's kind of what this song's about. It's such a perfect day. The sun is high and bright. I feel my spirit soar at just the sight of the early morning sun bouncing off your strawberry curls as you giggle and laugh, making little girl twirls. It makes me want to shout, run about, and tell all creation that you're my girl, my whole world. It feels like spring has sprung, like every church bell ever rung. It feels like every song ever sung. It's something so sublime. I gotta figure out just how I can capture this time and never leave now. It makes me wanna shout and run about and tell all creation that you're my girl, my whole world. It's such a perfect day. The sun is high and bright. I feel my spirit soar at just the sight of the early morning sun bouncing off your strawberry curls as you giggle and laugh, making little girl twirls. It's something so sublime. I have to figure out just how I can freeze this time and never leave now. Thank you. I've never played that in front of anyone before. All right, this next one is called Lullaby, and I used to play this when Hannah and her brother were young, and they were trying to get to sleep and needed to calm them down, and so I would play this while they were maybe trying to get to sleep. Hush, darling, don't you cry. Papa's gonna sing you a lullaby. Hush, darling, no more tears. Papa's gonna chase away all your fears. Now close your eyes and fall away into dreamland. Hush, child, it's time for bed. There ain't no more tears for you to shed. Hush, child, now dry your eyes. Papa's gonna give you a sweet surprise, a pretty melody to carry you to slumberland. Get ready for the Sandman. He's got some sleep that's just for you. He's gonna take you on a magic journey and give you a sweet dream or two. Oh, my darling child, I know heaven sent you here. We're gonna meet again come morning. Until then, you got nothing to fear. Sweet darling, morning light will soon chase away the dark of night. Sleep, darling, dream away. Tomorrow's gonna be another busy day. Until then, it's time to dream day and night away. Thank you.
Aw. It was really horrible. There was like tears. It was really just, it was very emotional, a difficult emotional background there. No, he was wonderful. No, me and Dave were back there in the corner saying, man, he's so good. Tickling of the plastic ivories. Nice job, nice job. We got one last performer this evening. Jules Bland.
I was just gonna put it on my thing. But don't tell me it's raining. It's a Judge Judy joke.
Jules Bland is probably going to tell you things about his Wednesday and Thursday night open mics.
They exist.
They will be in Silver Spring, whether you like it or not. You can't stop.
Explicitly, if you don't like it, it will be even there.
I'm not going to tell you about the Thursday night open mic that I run in Ellicott City because I'm not going to be there this week. I've got a rock show in Annapolis on Thursday night.
Is Rowan
Full band.
hosting? Oh, okay. So then it's just not happening.
No. I've got
God
Alicia
damn it.
O'Malley will be guest hosting.
Fine.
I wasn't going to talk about it, but
You? Yeah. Okay. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
It's a house band. So get a little Jules on Wednesday.
Oh boy.
And maybe stick around on Thursday. It works.
Maybe. You can just sleep in the parking lot. They're right across from each other.
Or you can go to Ellicott City.
Don't.
Or you can go to Annapolis.
No.
Or frankly, there's just so much good stuff going on.
No. Come to my things.
Are you plugged in yet?
No. You're sabotaging me.
I am. Oh, right, you're the other side.
Sabotage.
That's right. Please welcome Jules Bland.
All right. Y'all see that Guardians of the Galaxy?
Not yet. Don't say anything.
It's good.
That's enough out of you.
Does that count? As telling you something? I'm boycotting Ted Lasso. It seems too fun for me. Seems like too nice.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
You actually see it.
Okay. I do like me some Jason Sudeikis though. Football. Football. This is a song that recently came out by one of and shout out to Chris Eric, who's almost certainly not watching because he is busy. He has a family. I don't. I mean, like, I have parents and shit like that, you know. Technically, it's still PG, even though I just used a swear.
I think PG-13 allows for one.
One
and
F-bomb.
Dan Robinson used it earlier.
Okay. Oops.
Right. Pushed it over. It's all gone to hell.
Okay. Oh, crumbs. Anyway, this is a Jason Isbell song. I think he doesn't write a bad song. That doesn't mean I like all his songs, but this is one that is good and I like. Okay, we got that out of the way. Yeah, it is. Yeah, someone's heard it before. He heard me play it twice. Yeah. Oh, right. You didn't come to Thursday. All right. I forgive you. Don't wash the cast iron skillet. Don't drink and drive, you'll spill it. Don't ask too many questions or you'll never get to sleep. There's a hole inside you, fill it. Shower up and shave. Put flowers on the grave and ask the Lord to save his soul, although you know it's far too late. Was it 27 times? Or was it 29? I heard the blade broke off inside the man and he took a while to die. Well, how did he get so low? Seems like just a week ago we were 10 and 12 years old. Well, he was sweet and soft, shied away from the inside fastballs and died doing life without parole. Don't wash the cast iron skillet. That dog bites my kid, I'll kill it. Don't walk where you can't see your feet. Don't ask questions, just believe it. Well, Jamie found a boyfriend with smiling eyes and dark skin, and her daddy never spoke another word to her again. The old man at the quick stop, lying to the county cops and laughing like his soul was without sin. How did he get so low? Seems like just a week ago she was sitting on your shoulders watching fireworks in the sky. Well, he treats her like a queen, but you don't know 'cause you ain't seen, and it's hard to go through life without your daddy by your side. Well, don't wash the cast iron skillet. This town won't get no better, will it? She found love and it was simple as a weather vane. Her own family tried to kill it. Don't wash the cast iron skillet. Don't wash the cast iron skillet. But don't wash the cast iron. All right. Isn't that song ridiculous? And then you're like, oh, is he gonna do a bridge? No, it's over. Oh, well, I guess it's a perfect song then. Why do I write? It sounds like Susan Rowe wrote it.
It really does. It's really haunting like that, where it's like, oh, okay, so why am I doing this? Narcissism. Yeah, okay, sure. Me. Speaking of me is going to not play this, and I'm going to just Dave Eisner on sound. Hooray! Okay, and that just turned off. What are you, my ex-wife phone? Did you get it? Bad with women. Not really. I'm just bad with people. But women are people. Bold statement, right? Hot take. Women are people too. Take that, GOP. I saw a bumper sticker that said, OMG, GOP, WTF, and it made me die inside. Because, yeah, they're bad, but like, so is that bumper sticker. I don't know, man. You're kind of like, yeah, we know. They're trying to kill us. The other guys don't care if we die. That's the whole thing. That's the game. It's the game, baby. It's a shell game. Who's gonna be the thing? What am I gonna say now, Dave? Abolish the Senate. Never gonna happen, but we should definitely do it. Okay, because the Senate would have to be involved in abolishing the Senate, so it doesn't make any sense to advocate for it, but it should still happen, so, also the Supreme Court shouldn't be a thing, because, like, what?
The answer to no one.
Yeah, like, so they're unelected officials that get appointed for life and get to decide what happens to everybody forever. Like, okay, cool. And they get to take deals from billionaires and stuff? Yeah. Sign me up. It'd be great to be on the Supreme Court, but you'll never be on the Supreme Court. Shout out to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Great show. Okay, I'm gonna do a Bond song. It's fine. I'm not doing my loopy-doos tonight, so I'm not making a 7-minute song out of a 3-minute song. That's why I'm fine with everything taking so long right now. Oh my God. Dave?
Yeah.
You're not gonna let me host this, are you? When Rob's not here? It's gonna be you hosting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll probably have everyone do half of a song that night. Leave time for you.
Don't worry, that's not happening next week.
Oh, not next week. Well, then it's
I think
definitely
it's
not happening next week.
next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Or is it next week? It's next
Is it
week.
now?
You got time to prepare.
And you have time.
That's what they'll gird their loins on the subject.
Oh boy. Leave their loins out of this, Rob.
Sorry,
It's not that kind of show.
I know.
Anyway, this is
Joe's
James.
Bland.
This is a James Bland song. Could I get
No.
Oh, thank you.
there we go. Oh man. Oh, see, this is always the hard part for me. There it is. This is not the one I wrote. I did write one, that's not a joke. It's one of the only songs of mine Rob likes. Pushy. What'd you call me? If you take a life, do you know what you'll give? Odds are you won't like what it is. When the storm arrives, would you be seen with me by the merciless eyes I've deceived? I've seen angels fall from blinding heights, but you yourself are nothing so divine. Just next in line,
And you were still clapping when I was describing that, so that is a referendum on what you think about it.
Jules Bland.
Thank you. Wednesdays, Thursdays, El Golfo, El Gavilan. As if you show up to the wrong one, it's impressive. Okay, bye.
Yeah. You can hear one from the other and the other from the one. Something like that from the parking lot. Another hand for Jules Bland. Thank you so much for joining us. We do this every Tuesday night. For those of you who are tuned in online, I think I saw Cleveland, Chicago, and Ireland. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know who else is out there, but thank you so much for being with us. We do this every Tuesday night, -4 GMT until it changes. And next week, we have No One Else as our featured artist.
So what are we going to do then, if no one else is coming?
Which is a band name. And then the week after that, it will be the less confusingly named Susan Rowe. Thank you so much for being here. Please fold up the chairs and get out. Good night. Good night. Yeah, yes. Woo. Oh, Chris Eric got there at the nick of time.
Oh, there he is.
Erie, Pennsylvania in the house.
There's my guy. Tell him I still hate him for not doing a live stream tonight. Thank you.
Here, Jules, come here. Say goodnight to Chris Eric.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris Eric.
Bye. We'll get there. Yeah.